If you are a Canadian senior receiving CPP, Old Age Security, or the Guaranteed Income Supplement, then what I am about to share with you today is something you absolutely cannot afford to miss. Because right now, in May 2026, your pension payments have officially increased. New rates have been confirmed, new payment dates have been locked in, and there are some critical details about your benefits, especially if you receive GIS, that could directly affect how much money lands in your bank account this month and in the months ahead. Whether you are 65, 70, or 75 and older, this update is for you. So stay right here, because we are going to break everything down in simple, clear language, step by step, so that you walk away today knowing exactly what you are getting and when you are getting it. Welcome back to Mimstar Jack, your trusted source for Canadian pension news, government benefit updates, and everything that matters to seniors across this great country. My name is Jack, and every week on this channel, we bring you the latest, most accurate, and most relevant information about CPP, OAS, GIS, and other federal programs, delivered in plain English so that you always know exactly where you stand. Today's video is one of the most important updates we have covered in 2026. We are going to walk you through the confirmed pension increases for May 2026, tell you exactly when your money is arriving, explain how much you can expect based on your situation, and highlight some very important alerts that every senior in Canada needs to know about right now. So if you have not already done so, please take a moment to subscribe to MR Jack and hit that notification bell. Because this kind of life-changing information comes regularly on this channel, and you do not want to miss a single video. Before we dive into the specific numbers and dates for May 2026, let us take just a moment to make sure we all understand the three programs we are talking about today, because a lot of Canadians still mix them up, and that confusion can cost you money. The first program is the Canada Pension Plan, which most people call CPP. This is a retirement benefit based on your work history. During the years you were working and earning income in Canada, you and your employer both made contributions to the CPP. The amount you receive in retirement is based on how much you contributed and at what age you chose to start collecting. The standard age to begin CPP is 65, but you can start as early as 60 with a reduced amount or delay as late as 70 to receive a higher monthly payment. CPP is fully taxable income and it is adjusted once per year, every January, to keep pace with inflation. The second program is Old Age Security, which we call OAS. Unlike CPP, Old Age Security does not depend on your work history. It is available to most Canadians aged 65 and older who have lived in Canada for a certain number of years. You do not need to have worked or paid into any special fund to receive it. The government pays it based on your residency and age. OAS is also taxable income, and it is reviewed and adjusted 4 times per year, in January, April, July, and October, based on changes to the Consumer Price Index. This quarterly review system means that OAS payments stay closely aligned with the real cost of living throughout the year. The third program is the Guaranteed Income Supplement, known as GIS. This is a non-taxable monthly benefit provided on top of OAS to low-income seniors. If your income is below a certain threshold and you are already receiving OAS, you may qualify for GIS. The amount you receive depends on your marital status and your total annual income as reported on your most recent tax return. GIS is one of the most valuable benefits available to seniors in Canada, but many people who qualify either do not apply or lose it because they forget to file their taxes. We will come back to that important point later in this video. Now that we understand the three programs, let us talk about what has changed in May 2026. Let us start with Old Age Security because this is the program with the most recent confirmed increase, and it affects millions of Canadians directly. The Government of Canada has officially confirmed that OAS benefits have increased by 0.1% for the April to June 2026 quarter. Now you might be thinking, Jack, 0.1% does not sound like very much. And on its own, you are right, it is a small quarterly adjustment. But here is the number that really matters. Over the past year, from April 2025 to April 2026, OAS benefits have increased by a total of 2.1%. That is a cumulative increase of more than 2% in just 12 months. And when you think about the fact that OAS payments never go down, they either stay the same or go up, that is actually very meaningful protection for your retirement income. Let us look at the specific amounts for this quarter. For seniors between the ages of 65 and 74, the maximum monthly OAS payment is now $742.31. For seniors who are 75 years of age and older, the maximum monthly OAS payment is $816.54. This higher amount for seniors 75 and over reflects the permanent 10% increase that was applied to OAS starting in July 2022, a recognition by the government that older seniors tend to face higher costs for healthcare, housing, and daily needs. Keep in mind that these are the maximum amounts. The exact payment you receive may be lower, depending on how long you have lived in Canada. To receive the full OAS pension, you generally need to have lived in Canada for at least 40 years after the age of 18. If you have lived in Canada for fewer than 40 years as an adult, your OAS will be calculated on a pro-rated basis. And remember, if you earn above a certain income level, the government may claw back a portion of your OAS through what is called the OAS recovery tax. For the 2026 tax year, this clawback begins once your net world income exceeds $95,323. If your income is below that threshold, you do not need to worry about this at all. Now let us get to the question that is probably at the top of your mind. When exactly is the May 2026 CPP and OAS payment date? The official and confirmed payment date for both CPP and OAS in May 2026 is Tuesday, May 27, 2026. Mark that date on your calendar right now, May 27, 2026. If you are signed up for direct deposit, which is the method we strongly recommend, your money will be deposited directly into your bank account on that date. You do not need to go anywhere. You do not need to do anything. The funds will simply appear in your account. If you are still receiving payments by check in the mail, please allow 2 to 3 business days for delivery after May 27th. That means you could receive your check as late as the first few days of June. If your check still has not arrived by then, please contact Service Canada right away. The phone number for Service Canada is 1-800-277-9914. Keep that number somewhere safe. And if you have any concerns about a missing payment or a change in your payment amount, that is the number you call. Now, one thing that is very important to understand about the May 2026 payment is this. CPP adjusts once per year in January. So the CPP amount you receive in May 2026 will be the same as what you received in April 2026. The rate has been set for the entire year of 2026 and will not change again until January 2027. OAS, on the other hand, is reviewed quarterly. The current April to June 2026 rate, which includes that 0.1% increase, will hold steady through June. The next potential OAS adjustment will come in July 2026, based on inflation data from February through April 2026. Now let us talk specifically about CPP. Many Canadians ask us, how much is the maximum CPP in 2026? For 2026, the maximum monthly CPP retirement pension at age 65 is approximately $2,300. This is the absolute maximum, and it is only paid to those who contributed the maximum amount to CPP throughout their entire working career. Most Canadians receive significantly less than this maximum amount. The average CPP payment in Canada is closer to $700 to $800 per month for many retirees, depending on their contribution history. Your personal amount was determined when you began collecting CPP, and it is adjusted for inflation each January. Now, you may have seen figures floating around online or on social media, numbers like $2,380 per month. Let us address that directly because it causes a lot of confusion. That $2,385 figure is not a CPP-only payment. It represents a combined total that some seniors may receive when you add together the maximum CPP, the maximum OAS, and the maximum GIS. All three benefits combined. Only seniors who qualify for all three programs at their maximum rates would approach that number. For most people, the combined total will be lower, depending on their individual eligibility and income situation. Do not be misled by large numbers you see online without context. The best way to know exactly what you personally receive is to log into your My Service Canada account, available at canada.ca, where you can see your exact payment amounts and history. Now let us spend some real time on the Guaranteed Income Supplement, because this is the benefit that makes the biggest difference for seniors with lower incomes, and it is also the benefit that the most people either miss out on or accidentally lose. First, let us talk about who qualifies for GIS. To receive GIS, you must first be receiving OAS. You must be 65 or older, you must live in Canada, and your income must fall below the threshold set by the government. These income limits are updated regularly. For May 2026, the maximum monthly GIS payment amounts are as follows. If you are single, widowed, or divorced, and your annual income is less than $22,288, you can receive up to $1,108.74 per month in GIS. If you are married or in a common law relationship and your spouse or partner also receives the full OAS pension, you can receive up to $667.41 per month in GIS, provided your combined annual income is below $29,640. If your spouse or partner receives the allowance, which is a separate benefit for low-income Canadians between the ages of 60 and 64 whose partner receives OAS, you can receive up to $667.41 per month, with a combined income threshold of $41,616. And if your spouse or partner does not receive OAS or the allowance at all, you can receive up to $108.74 per month with a combined income threshold of $53,904. These are the maximum amounts. The actual GIS you receive is calculated based on your specific income level. The lower your income, the higher your GIS payment. Now, here is something very important that many people do not fully appreciate. GIS is completely non-taxable. Every single dollar of GIS you receive goes into your pocket without any tax deduction. This is different from CPP and OAS, both of which count as taxable income. GIS is one of the most generous and targeted benefits in the entire Canadian social safety net. And if you qualify for it, you absolutely should be receiving it. One of the most reassuring aspects of the OAS and GIS system is the quarterly review. Let us take a moment to explain exactly how this works, because it is designed specifically to protect seniors from losing purchasing power over time. Every 3 months, in January, April, July, and October, the Government of Canada reviews your OAS and GIS payment amounts. They compare the Consumer Price Index, which measures the cost of everyday goods and services, across 2 different 3-month periods. If the cost of living has gone up, your OAS and GIS payments go up by the same percentage. If the cost of living has stayed flat or even gone down, your payments stay exactly the same. They do not decrease. This is a government guarantee. OAS and GIS will never go down due to inflation changes. The floor is set and any movement is upward. This is a fundamental protection for seniors because it means that even as prices rise for groceries, utilities, and medication, your pension income from these programs will keep up quarter by quarter. The most recent adjustment, the 0.1% increase for April to June 2026, was calculated using CPI data from November and December 2025 and January 2026. The next review will happen in July 2026 and will be based on the CPI for February, March, and April 2026. This brings us to one of the most important topics in today's video, and it applies specifically to everyone receiving GIS. Every July, Service Canada performs a major annual recalculation of GIS amounts. This recalculation is based on the income you reported on your most recent tax return. For the July 2026 recalculation, Service Canada will be looking at the income you reported on your 2025 tax return. Here is why this matters. If your income went down in 2025 compared to 2024, you may qualify for higher GIS payments starting in July 2026. If your income went up, your GIS may be reduced, or you could temporarily lose your GIS eligibility if your income exceeded the threshold. But here is the critical point that every senior needs to hear. If you did not file your 2025 tax return by the April 30th, 2026 deadline, Service Canada cannot calculate your GIS for July 2026. That means your GIS payments could be suspended starting in July, even if you fully qualify for them, simply because there is no filed tax return on record. This happens every year to thousands of Canadian seniors, and it causes real financial hardship. Even if you had zero income in 2025, even if you only received CPP and OAS, you must file a tax return every single year to protect your GIS eligibility. If you miss the April 30th deadline, do not panic, but do not wait either. File your return as soon as possible. The sooner Service Canada receives your information, the sooner your payments can be recalculated and any suspended benefits can be restored. If you need help filing your taxes, there are free tax clinics available across Canada for low-income seniors. You can find one near you through the Canada Revenue Agency's website at canada.ca. Now, let us talk about a decision that many Canadians approaching retirement are thinking about right now. Should you start collecting your CPP and OAS at age 65, or should you delay? Let us start with CPP. If you choose to delay collecting CPP past the age of 65, your monthly payment increases by 0.7% for every month you wait, up to a maximum of age 70. That means if you wait until you are 70, your CPP payment would be 42% higher than it would have been at 65. That is a significant increase. On the other hand, if you start collecting CPP as early as age 60, your payment is reduced by 0.6% for every month before your 65th birthday. Starting at 60 means your payment is 36% lower than it would have been at 65. For OAS, you can also defer collecting up to age 70. For every month you delay past 65, your OAS increases by 0.6%, up to a maximum of 36% more if you wait until age 70. The right choice depends entirely on your personal situation. If you are in good health and do not need the income immediately, deferring could make sense. If you need the income now, or if you have health concerns that may affect your longevity, starting earlier may be the better decision. There is no single right answer. It depends on your lifespan expectations, your current income needs, your GIS eligibility, and your tax situation. If you are unsure which path is right for you, speak with a financial advisor or contact Service Canada for a personalized assessment. Let us spend a moment on the OAS recovery tax, which some people call the OAS Clawback. This is a topic that confuses many Canadians, but it is actually quite straightforward once you understand it. If your net world income in 2026 exceeds $95,223, the government will begin to reduce your OAS payment. For every dollar your income exceeds that threshold, 15 cents of your OAS is clawed back. If your income is high enough, your OAS could be reduced to zero for that year. This clawback is typically spread across your 12 monthly OAS payments after the CRA calculates it based on your tax return. It is not taken as a one-time lump sum. If you think you may be subject to the OAS recovery tax, you can voluntarily request that additional taxes be withheld from your OAS payments each month. You can do this through your My Service Canada account. This way, you avoid a surprise tax bill when you file your return in the spring. The good news is that the vast majority of Canadian seniors are not affected by the OAS clawback at all. This provision applies to higher income seniors, and most people receiving OAS fall well below the $95,323 threshold. Now, before we wrap up, I want to take a few minutes to go through some very important alerts, things that every Canadian senior needs to know right now. Please listen carefully because these points could directly affect your payment. Mark it on your calendar, set a reminder on your phone, or write it on your fridge. If you do not receive your payment by May 27th and you are set up for direct deposit, wait 2 business days before calling. If it still has not arrived after 2 business days, call Service Canada immediately at 1-800-277-9914. Do not wait weeks before following up. If you have changed banks or opened a new account, you must update your direct deposit information with Service Canada as soon as possible. If Service Canada has the wrong banking details on file, your payment could be delayed or returned. You can update your information online through My Service Canada account by phone or in person at a Service Canada office. This is critical for GIS recipients. The deadline was April 30th, 2026. If you missed it, file as soon as possible. Your July 2026 GIS payments depend on it. Even if you earned no income in 2025, you must file. Do not let this slide. A missed tax return can result in months of suspended GIS payments. If your income changed significantly in 2025, for example, if you sold property, received an inheritance, stopped working, or if your spouse passed away, these changes can affect your GIS amount. You can contact Service Canada to report a current year income estimate if your circumstances have changed dramatically. This can help you access higher GIS payments sooner rather than waiting until July. The Government of Canada will review OAS and GIS amounts again in July 2026. Depending on inflation data for February through April 2026, there may be another adjustment, up or down. But remember, OAS will never decrease. If the CPI data shows no increase, the rates will simply stay the same through September. Every year, thousands of Canadian seniors are targeted by phone and email scams claiming to be from Service Canada, the CRA, or the government. These scammers may tell you that your pension is on hold, that you owe money, or that you need to provide your banking information over the phone to receive a payment increase. The Government of Canada will never call you and demand immediate payment over the phone. If you receive a suspicious call, hang up and contact Service Canada directly at the official number, 1-800-277-9914. And there you have it, my friends. Let us quickly recap the most important points from today's video so that everything is crystal clear before you go. First, OAS benefits have been officially confirmed to have increased by 0.1% for the April to June 2026 quarter, representing a 2.1% increase over the past year. Seniors aged 65 to 74 can now receive a maximum of $742.31 per month. Seniors aged 75 and over can receive a maximum of $860.54 per month. Second, the official payment date for CPP, OAS, and GIS in May 2026 is Tuesday, May 27, 2026. If you are on direct deposit, your money will be there on that day. Third, GIS maximum payments for May 2026 range from $667.41 per month up to $1,108.74 per month, depending on your marital status and income. GIS is completely non-taxable. Every dollar goes directly to you. Fourth, CPP is adjusted once per year in January. The May 2026 CPP payment will be the same as April 2026. No change to CPP rates until January 2027. Fifth, if you missed the April 30th tax filing deadline and you receive GIS, file your 2025 tax return right away. Your July 2026 GIS depends on it, and late filing could cause a temporary suspension of your benefit payments. Sixth, the OAS recovery tax clawback for 2026 begins at $95,323 in net world income. If you are below that threshold, your full OAS is protected. And seventh, always keep your banking information updated with Service Canada. Always file your annual taxes, and always be on guard against scams that target pension recipients. That is everything for today. I truly hope this video has given you the clarity and confidence you need to understand your pension payments for May 2026 and beyond. Here at NMSTAR Jack, we are committed to being your most reliable source for Canadian pension updates, delivered in plain language, with no confusion, no jargon, and no fluff. Just the real information you need to protect your income and plan your retirement with confidence. If you found this video helpful, and I believe you did, please take 1 second right now to give it a thumbs up. It helps this channel reach more seniors across Canada who need this information just as much as you do. And if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe to NMSTAR Jack right now. We upload new videos regularly covering CPP, OAS, GIS, CRA benefits, and everything else that matters to Canadian seniors. When you subscribe, you will be notified every time a new video goes live, so you never miss an important update. If you have a question about your pension, or if there is a topic you would like us to cover in a future video, leave a comment down below. I read every single comment, and your questions help shape the content we create for this community. Thank you so much for watching. Take good care of yourselves, stay informed, and we will see you in the next video right here on MR Jack. God bless you all, Canada.